Yeah.
Just have me decorating the Venedum.
Firestorm's really, really nice. It destroys everything, including your party if they step into it, which is great.
Madam will do our best to find your son. I am sorry for your loss, mistress. But I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself in.
I'm trying to find him, but...
The Templars cannot tolerate apostates.
I'm guessing that Templar wasn't here to offer your son his good wishes.
I am Ariane. My boy, Fainriel. He's all I have. All my family. When I learned he had magic, I could not bear to send him to the Circle. But his connection to the Fade, it gives him nightmares. Dreams of demons speaking in his mind. I would rather lose him to the Circle than to himself.
Did your son run away?
He learned I had contacted Sir Thrask. He felt I betrayed his trust. He thinks he can live free of the Circle. But I am afraid without proper training, he'll kill himself.
Those look like Dalish tattoos. Why do you live in the city?
I was born to the Dalish, but came to Kirkwall for a time and dallied with a human merchant, Vincento. When I found I was with child, neither Vincento nor my tribe wished the burden of an elf-blooded human infant. I raised Fainriel myself, here in the alienage.
Tell me the whole story.
I learned years ago that my son likely had magical talent, but we could not bear the thought of him locked in the gallows. So we hid. When the nightmares began, Fainriel still refused to contact the Circle. But I truly think they are the only people who might save his life.
What kind of dreams is he having?
He dreams of demons, calling to him, pulling him into their world. Every day, it grows harder to wake him. That is why I turned to the Circle. They are the only ones that can protect a mage from his own powers.
I didn't know the Irish had elves. This is interesting.
Abominations are always so awkward at family reunions.
No, please, you must find him before the demons finish their work. He must be brought to safety. If you won't do it for Fainriel, do it for Kirkwall. The Templars say a lad like my son is a danger to the whole city if left untrained.
I'll bring your son back to safety, I promise.
I don't know where Fainriel is gone, but there are two places you might start your search. Sir Thrask has been looking for him. If you speak to him in the gallows, he'll be able to tell you what ground he's already covered. And Fainriel's father, Vincento, recently returned from Antiva. He's a merchant in the Lowtown Bazaar. Fainriel might have sought him out.
Tell me about this Templar.
I believe he's a good man. He doesn't hate mages, but sees what it took me too long to realize. Even the best-intentioned mages are at the mercy of their sleeping minds. There are other Templars who are much less sympathetic.
You and Fainriel's father are not married?
Vincento had no desire for a wife or an elf-blooded child. I haven't seen him since the day I told him. I have written, though, to keep him informed about his child. Fainriel wanted to meet him.
1 second.
I will not leave you fearful for a moment longer than necessary.
He ought to have his own life. Out from the shackles of the Circle. Everyone should.
My husband Wesley was a Templar. They're not all fanatics to be feared.
Thank you.
But he's
Has
dead,
been a
right?
lonely time hiding. It's almost a relief to finally confront this openly.
Will I see you at the tavern later?
Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
Good luck.
Sorry. Hi, Meryl.
I didn't think you'd come. I'll find something relatively clean for you to sit on.
I can find something for you to sit on.
Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
It's cozy. And your furry friends are charming.
Oh, are the rats back? I thought I'd found all their holes. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
How did you get a house in like 5 seconds? I don't know how that works.
If this is what you wanted, then I'm glad I could be of service.
I can't say that I like Kirkwall, but I'm glad to be here. I haven't exactly had many friends. Not even among my own clan. This is... tricky.
I guess if you use blood magic to kill the house owner, or make them sign the deed over, and then make them kill themselves, then I guess you get a free house.
What made you unpopular with the Dalish?
Being first to the Keeper, I was always a bit secluded. I studied magic and history while the others were learning the Via Tanadal. It's good that I left. I'd have made a terrible keeper. I was never that good with people.
It won't take long before you're the most popular girl in the alienage.
Mythol, I hope not. I'd managed to say something stupid in front of everyone and embarrass myself. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawk. It means a lot to me.
Well, you're welcome. Stallion Part 2. She's got a big ass house.
I'm with you.
The proportions in this game are nuts. Like, the buildings are so big. Oh! This is where she shits in a bucket and then dumps it in the sewer grate. Oh, you had... Oh, lots of berries, I see. Delicious. Attention to detail. Everyone has to have a damn potty. It's just how it works. Aliens has a big ass tree in the center, just like the other aliens did.
You must really like the Hawk family.
Why do you say that?
You came all the way from
Lothering.
Not even your clan.
Humans don't have
Exactly. You came so far together, and you didn't even have a keeper to make you get along. So you...
Leave area.
tells you to stop kicking each other, or she'll turn the...
Sometimes she also says to stop pulling hair.
Guardsman. We'll buy that for Avalon. We need to buy the armor things. I think we can't buy them in the next chapters. So we gotta buy all the armor upgrades we can on this chapter. In this game, your companions, if you're either a rivalry or your friends, you get a special ability. That's usually passive. Like if Varric basically hates you, then he'll get a 5% chance to go into stealth mode every time he takes damage. And then if he's your friend, he gets a 5% attack speed and 5% dodge chance. And each person has their own little thing like that. Like she gets 10% of damage that I take goes to her, and then she has damage resistance and stuff. You hate Varric? Varric's a bro, though. He's like, hey, yo, bro.
Hey there, lovely.
Hey, sexy. It's amazing how empty they made this city. Rune of Fire Warding. Mana? Each point of health provides additional mana. Defense and fire resistance. Enemies drop more coin. Like how much more coin though? Is it worth spending a gold on that? Flint Company Curious. Ooh, I didn't see. Oh, only I can use it, so I need to sell that. Sell all the junk items. Wish they had an all button so you can see all the stuff at once. The DLC items are very overpowered. And they ruin the progression system. So that's why I don't like using them. Oh, feel free to knock yourself out if you want to. Extra rune slot. Eric. Those are pretty big boosts for them. Plate armor. Hello there. Let's see. I don't have a lot of recipes, do I? Why? Can you not set? Is there a way to change what potion is on quick heal? I guess not. I guess you have to manually. Get some more potions. Just have to just manually drag it out of the bar. There's nothing else I could do, I don't think.
Greetings, Sarah. You look like a man who'd be interested in the finest Antivan steel to grace his hand. I bring only the best northern merchandise to the free marches.
Actually, I'm more interested in your son.
Son? I have never had that privilege, Sarah. My poor wife, she's back in Antiva and cannot see me often with my travels.
That's the best you can do with a guard staring you in the face.
Let us not ruin the day with such weighty thoughts. Perhaps I could show you my silks.
Well, I do like silks.
We're not Templars, Sarah. Fenrir has nothing to fear from us.
Maldición, you are a mage. I suppose you'd be kind then to a boy who resists being taken in by Templars?
To an elf-blooded child abandoned by his human father? Of course we would.
The boy's in over his head. So I sent him to the only man I know who doesn't despise mages. A former Templar named Samson.
Why would a Templar help him?
His conscience plagues him, having served the Templars too long. He now helps mages on the run. He stays out of sight during the day. At night, he stays near Darktown. That's the best place to find him.
Well, thank you, sir. Do you have anything cool? All your goods are really bad. I don't know why you act like you have the amazing goods. They're quite terrible, sir. Awful. I was like a scammer. His goods are utter poo. I'm just saying, they're not very good. Let's check out Hightown. There's some merchants there.
Bothering, haven't you?
Well, hello there.
It wasn't a big enough
Let's get away
village to
from
have a wall around it, let alone a place for elves.
Rune of Frost Warding, Tome of Technique. Defense and armor. Ugh. Those are really good, but they're so expensive.
Where did the elves live then?
Stables and outbuildings mostly.
I think I...
Haven't found any lyrium or silverite yet.
Mage is better.
I found one silverite actually. Need some more stuff. Oh yeah, I'm super excited
Well,
for
good
Baldur's
luck to you
Gate
then.
3, despite the shaky presentation yesterday. Looks like it could be quite good. Offered on the authority of His Excellency Viscount Marlos Dumar, citizens of able-natured Viscount Dumar require your aid. His son, Seamus Dumar, has been lost to an uncertain company, and his safe return is sought with all haste. Make your case of skill to Senchel Brown in the station His Excellency's keep, and the reward of his act shall be generous in both sentiment and coin. We should check the little nooks and crannies, see if there's any loot here. It's amazing they made such a big city and it's so empty. Like this big giant city and it's so empty. What you got, buddy? Rogue's Ring, plus fortitude, plus mana and stamina. Not worth it. Yeah, Taventers, I guess, like to build big, or they ran out of budget.
Late again. Where is she?
I'm both nervous and excited for the next Dragon Age game. Just like, both like, ooh, yay, and also, don't be bad, please don't be bad.
2 meat and a dwarven ale.
I think you let this get away from you.
You found this?
Yes, I did find this. Rune of Lightning. I keep getting Rune of Lightning recipes. What the? Some sort of glitch. I'll have to look and see if there's a mod that will... I don't mind there being a small timer on the map things, but I think it being like 17 hours way too much.
What do you do, Evelyn?
You know I'm a guard. Why are you asking?
can do that. I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
The trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
I'll take all that. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want all the missions to be instant. I want them to have like a short timer, like 30 minutes. Like change it from 17 hours to an hour, or a few hours to 30 minutes. That'd be much more reasonable. I don't mind missions having a little bit of a timer on them.
I would like to know more about being a guard, Aveline.
I don't think that's...
But it might help me not get caught.
You probably shouldn't have said that part.
Why?
Just... never mind.
I want to not get caught. Wow. Ring of plus 12 attack. Ring of the Magister. I'll put that on for now. Area seems so basic in this game. Yes, that was like one of the biggest flaws of the game, was how empty and barren the environments were. Because it was obviously rushed. It could have been really good, but they just didn't give it the time it needed. There's a couple quests in here, yeah.
Insist if you must, but Viscount Dumas will see no one. If you've news of Seamus, I will relay it to him.
Fine. Tell Dumas my scouts have tracked the boy and his Canary captor to the wounded coast. I'm taking a full company after them, and when I return, I expect him to make a show of the reward.
So many to deal with one Kunari seems... excessive.
He may be Talvashoth. The Winters leave nothing to chance. Get out of my bloody way!
Whoa!
Yes, what is it?
If this is about a rescue, that woman did not seem the type.
She is the type I feared we would attract. As I told the others, Viscount Dumas' son, Seamus, is missing. We suspect he was taken by a Kunari. If you would like to try your hand at securing his safe return, feel free. I have certainly granted no exclusivity to the Winters and their violent approach.
There must be suspicions about why the boy went missing.
Why? What have you heard?
Nothing. Until now.
There is truly nothing known. He is gone, and there have been sightings of a Kunari. The only complication is that Seamus is known to be of a sympathetic mind. He may have placed himself in danger, but it is danger nonetheless.
The Kunari are not wild in the city. Petition their leader for the boy's return.
The Arishok has declared that it is not his role to do so. Apparently their rebels, the Talvashoth, are hunted anyway, killed for what they are, not for what they may have done. That does not bode well for Seamus.
This isn't a task for a guardsman.
Yes, isn't it?
There is a concern of appearance. If we used guards, it would allow Viscount Dumas' opponents to say this admits the Kunari threat, because the city responded. In these times, public embarrassment is preferable to official embarrassment.
Yeah, the Baldur's Gate 3 looks like it's going to be really good.
I should know about the competition.
The Winters out of Navarra. They don't care one whit if Seamus is returned unharmed. Their lead, Sirrah Guinness, is hungry for a foothold in fair Kirkwall. And frankly, we have enough of their kind.
Ready the reward. He'll be back in no time.
Declare it if you like, but the reward goes to whomever brings him back safe. A discussion you are welcome to have with the Winters, should you encounter them, on the Wounded Coast.
Well, we'll see. I'll bring him back safe because I like money. And I want the money. You have the money. And I want it for myself.
Please keep it quiet, Sirrah.
Yeah, it's interesting how they're converting a lot of systems over from D&D 5th edition to Baldur's Gate 3. I hope they tweak some of the bad spells to make them useful and good. Like, it looks like they're making Mage Hand be way stronger than it's supposed to be.
Nowhere I'd rather be.
What's over here?
There's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols, not you and your whims. You may have been put up for lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear? Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
That went well.
Well, what a charming fellow.
I don't have to like him, but he could at least listen. Bandits are dead. That's all that should matter. It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
This is probably a bad time to discuss my bill with him.
He'll jail you. I don't doubt that. The rest, though. Well, the duty roster will have my next patrol. Sounds like I'll have plenty of time to follow you around. Threaten my friends. Not letting that one go, Captain.
Well, fine.
Aveline!
What's up,
I
girl?
owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Brennan, that route was yours?
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
A lone guard isn't much of a patrol.
Shouldn't need to be. That route was clear for weeks. First noise out of it was your big fight. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donnic for his patrol tonight.
The satchel?
Pay and order assignments. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambush?
You're sure you want to pursue this? This is your superior we're talking about.
If a guard has been put at risk, a good captain would want to know why. And if he's not a good captain, I want to know why.
Yeah, something's up.
I bet there's a perfectly reasonable lie that explains why your captain arranged this.
I'd be willing to hear it, but not while a guard may be walking into a trap. Brennan said Donnic. A good man. Donnic. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way.
You're thinking? I know, we should all think. Little Dan think. Alright, let's go to the next quest.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
DansGaming's been banned for 10 minutes by Novasun. I don't talk in chat, so it does nothing to me. Get wrecked. Ooh, this is cool looking. The Black Emporium.